And CCISD seniors anxious to walk the stage got their answer this morning as the district announced graduation ceremonies will begin in June. Our Taylor Alanis joins us in the studio with the update on how different districts in the area are adapting to the governor's guidelines for graduation. Taylor?
Yeah, Leslie, I'm sure a lot of seniors are breathing a sigh of relief right now. And although we are still waiting to hear back about other districts' plans for 2020 graduations, here's the ones we know about so far.
Wow, that's crazy.
Jennifer Gibson, a senior at Branch Academy, just found out she will be graduating in June.
It was a bit overwhelming because I was expecting it in July, but June, I mean, it's not the ideal graduation, but it's what's being done.
She and thousands of other CCISD seniors were supposed to be walking the stage this weekend, but the COVID-19 pandemic forced school districts to postpone ceremonies till the summer. Following Governor Greg Abbott's guidelines on hosting graduation ceremonies outdoors with social distancing, CCISD announced Friday they'll move their ceremonies from the American Bank Center to Cabinets Field, with the first graduation at 6 p.m. Friday, June 5th. But don't worry, other friends and family can watch via live stream.
This message is for my seniors and my senior parents.
Flower Bluff High School's principal taking to social media Thursday to announce for the first time in 45 years their ceremony will be held outdoors at Hornet Stadium.
We're going to have graduation on June 5th, and we are going to have the maximum amount of school tradition and school pride and make your graduation as awesome as we can in this environment. You guys deserve that.
2 guests are allowed per senior, but they'll be live streaming the ceremony. Also giving the option to live stream their graduation is Rockport Fulton High School. Seniors will be walking the stage at Pirate Stadium on Thursday, May 21st. They're also limiting guests to 3 per senior, and district nurses will be screening people as they go into the stadium. School districts are still finalizing their graduation plans. When they make those announcements, we will have that information as well as the safety guidelines for each on our website. Leslie.
All right, Taylor, thank you.